Why would you want to go to space? We've spent the last year asking people that same question, and there's one answer we've heard over and over.
I think seeing the Earth from far away would be super cool.
I think the opportunity to look at the Earth from space.
Looking at Earth.
Being able to see like the curve of the Earth and like that overview effect.
We even asked our friend, retired astronaut Katie Coleman, about her favorite part of being in space.
Looking back at Earth and realizing that it's still home, belongs to all of us, and it just reminds you that you are in this different, amazing place at the edge of where all of us exist.
Sound familiar? Whether we're dreaming of going to space or remembering our time there, many of us focus on one thing: the view. And that's no coincidence. Seeing the Earth from space is an incredible and profound experience, one that can completely transform our sense of who we are and how we understand our responsibilities to our environment and each other. It's called the overview effect, and it describes the great big impact of seeing the Earth look so small. I'm Sarah Smay, and this is Space for Humans. Have you ever had a friend who just got back from a weekend retreat in the woods, or a summer backpacking trip across multiple countries, or just a really good yoga class? Maybe they have a lot of thoughts about mindfulness, or essential oils, or the importance of disconnecting from TikTok to reconnect with the trees. Whatever their experience, they come back refreshed with a new take on life that would probably make a great inspirational wooden sign. Your friend has experienced the emotion we call awe, and it's a pretty powerful thing. We feel awe when we experience something bigger than ourselves, something that challenges and expands our perspective. You might have felt awe the first time you saw your favorite movie. Mine is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Or the first time you saw a famous piece of art in person. There's one place we are especially likely to feel awe: out in nature. Think about the last time you looked out at the vastness of the ocean, or the peaks of a mountain range, or the endless rows of swaying pine. Here on the ASU campus, we're about 4 hours south of a spot where people come from all over the world to experience awe: the Grand Canyon. But even the Grand Canyon pales in comparison to the scale of awe felt when looking out at the entire planet from space. You've probably heard Neil Armstrong's famous quote about one small step and one giant leap. But as he looked down at an Earth no larger than a pea, he said, "I didn't feel like a giant. I felt very, very small." In the 1980s, space philosopher Frank White coined the term we still use today to describe this phenomenon: the overview effect. The overview effect has been experienced by many astronauts, from Alan Shepard to Scott Kelly to Cyan Proctor. It's also been experienced by commercial space travelers like Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and Star Trek actor William Shatner. So, what is the overview effect? An overwhelming, transformative shift in perspective. When the Earth looks small and fragile, no smaller than a marble, suddenly we're aware of just how small we are. And there's a weird paradox there. We feel both shockingly insignificant and surprisingly significant. We understand how connected we are to each other and to all the life on this planet we call home. And the overview effect's change in how we feel can have a big effect on how we behave. That goes back to the power of awe. Researchers have found that experiencing awe promotes what we call pro-social behaviors. Basically, pro-social behaviors are good for society, like caring for a sick friend or volunteering with a local nonprofit, or just putting away your shopping cart. When we feel awe, we're more likely to behave ethically. As you can imagine, that suggests that experiencing the greatest awe, the overview effect, might have the most impact on ethical behavior. And that's really exciting given how many problems we're facing on Earth that need collective action, like climate change.
Another awesome example of the overview effect happens in X-Men 97 when Magneto captures and flies the leaders from the United Nations way up high into the sky. He challenges them to look down at Earth and understand that humans and mutants need to learn to share it. Magneto could have followed his own instincts, which were to drop the leaders, but instead he thinks of the words of Professor X. Remember this view, or this overview.
But hey, we don't exactly have the capacity for everyone to go to space. And we don't have a real live Magneto, thank goodness. Researchers are exploring another option to induce the overview effect: virtual reality. And we'll explore that in a future episode. But remember, there are lots of ways you can experience your own mini version of the overview effect. Take a walk in the desert, hike up a mountain, or watch the sunset. Like they say, sometimes we all need a moment to get outside and touch some grass.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Space for Humans.
Who is William Shatner?